The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 161. You get the Nasdaq up 83. S&P's up 11. Gold contract flat, $13.22 an ounce. We have silver flat also, $16.49 an ounce. Light sweet crude up 26 cents, $68.30 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year note up 8 ticks, 119.11. 30-year bond up 26, 142.18. They have caught a bid out here this morning. The 10-year has to get back inside the 119.14 area. That's where it busted down from.
3 ticks.
3 ticks. We'll see whether we can do it, man. King dollar up 72 ticks, 91.025. The euro's trading at 121.57 to 1 US dollar. Yen is out here at 109.21 to 1 US dollar. Lots of numbers. Facebook come out with numbers.
Yeah.
Big numbers.
Big numbers.
They're pushing Facebook. You know, it's up $12 or $13.
That revenue growth, what was it, 49% or something year on year? And like they weren't taking in enough money 12 months ago. I mean, that's just amazing in terms of that type of growth on last year's revenue, which is,
really is.
Anybody would kill for last year's revenue, let alone 49.7% growth.
There it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's 50%. That's
right.
As in, they took in $8 billion last quarter. Well, this time they took in an extra $4 billion. Pretty remarkable.
That is remarkable.
And there's your 2017 revenue growth, 50%. Pretty remarkable. Just in the U.S., let alone you have Europe, 42.
Asia, 54.
Pretty remarkable. And yeah, pretty remarkable.
So it's up $12.50.
You know, let's go into it. Maybe we can go into the news afterwards.
Yeah.
I was just the user metrics came in at expectation as well, which is
right.
Yeah.
So you're coming right into ICE. I mean, so this is going to be interesting. You know, nice counter-trend bounce, no doubt. We'll see whether we can basically handle the 177. 177 was where it gapped down from on the 19th. You know, coming right into that area.
Yeah.
And big number. There's no doubt about that.
Definitely.
So,
and as you dig it up, I heard this morning, today, there are 69 S&P 500 companies reporting today alone.
Today.
There have already been 180 reporting already previously.
Okay.
So that brings the number about to 250, 249. So you're going to have half of the S&P earnings in by the end of today. But pretty remarkable, you get 70 today alone out of the biggest 500 companies.
Listen, last night when I was on the air, over and over again, I'm going, they're coming out fast and furious, and it was like, wow. You know, the amazing thing, looking at the...
one more. Can we go page up? Maybe one more?
Of looking at the numbers in general, is that, you know, these numbers have been coming out good, and the market still is basically having a hard time getting a higher price.
So here's some of the monthly active user numbers that we were looking at. So it seems like they added 49 million daily active users for Q1. And that sounds like a lot, but not when you're dealing with 1.45 billion, where it's almost holding steady. I mean, that's the decimal point, you know, almost one over that we can't see, right? I mean, in terms of 50 million is nothing when you're good. So they, I mean, but it is growth in the face of what they had, daily active users. But that's total. Versus that could be overseas too, I'm not sure. First quarter U.S. and Canada monthly active users up to 241 million. Let's see if that says from where. No, it doesn't. It's just that one headline. Maybe can we go page up one more time? Let's just see if they... Nope, they got a buyback using those tax cuts.
There we go.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, so there's their earnings, 169 versus 135. It's amazing how they continually crush. I mean, when are the analysts?
That's the one right there you want. I looked at it last night.
I can't. Can you grab? I can't see where you point on the screen, Tom. Don't shake your head at me, please, over that.
So you had monthly users, it was 2.19 billion, 2.20 billion. They're really at a point right now that they're going to have a hard time getting a lot more users. But what they're not going to have a hard time doing is accelerating the aspect of advertising money, because now they're monetizing all these people.
Oh, definitely.
You know, so big numbers, no doubt about that. Let's go over into the NDX 100. So let's see what's moving inside this NDX. So you get Oli, this is O'Reilly Automotive, that's up 13%, or $30. You get Facebook up 8%, or $12. Alexa Pharmaceutical up 7.
Alexion, yeah.
741. Micron Tech up 4.83, 243. eBay's taken away from it, that's down 5.6%. American Airlines is down 4. This come out with numbers, and they're worried about gas now, gas costs.
Sure, those airlines.
So this baby here, well, it's coming down with volume. That's the bottom line. Some of the higher volume equities out here. You got GE's up 35 cents. Twitter's up $1.50. That gave it up yesterday. It's back up today. MGM Resorts is down $2.90. So what happened here? That gap lower has volume behind the move. So their estimate was, let's see, revenue estimate was $638 million. They made $596.
It's interesting. They have the earnings as in 38 cents versus estimate of 29, but they did that on less revenue. So cost cutting is not what the market likes to see in terms of growth.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. They own so much, and now they're looking at those wind properties also.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Yep.
We get over to the Dow Industrials. Inside the Dow, let's see what's moving the Dow out here. So positive-wise, you get Visa, 35 positive points, Home Depot, 28, Microsoft, 14. Taken away from it, you don't have much. Boeing, 5 points, that's only down 73 cents. Disney, 2. Now, when you take a look at that Dow, when you look at that many equities, it would seem that the Dow should be up a lot more than that, you know, because the bottom line is you only have 5 equities that are in the red, and they're very slightly in the red.
Yeah.
We get over and we take a look at the GDX inside the gold market. GDX out here, 4.2 million. We're going to need some volume on this thing today. You know, we go up on Monday, you have 35 million shares. You're back down yesterday with 27, which is good. I want to see some juice coming into this today. And what we have had is that when Mario Draghi, they kept interest rates flat. That kept the that actually put a bid into the euro, took the dollar down for 20, 30 minutes. But now they're both reversing again. The euro's, and this is dangerous where the euro is right now, because the euro is right breaking the consolidation of the last 3 months. No. March, April, May. Yeah, 3 months.
Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now up $1.67. Nasdaq up 100. S&P's up 14. We're coming right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 152. You get the Nasdaq up 95. S&Ps are up 11. And Thursday. So we have natural gas,
We sure do. We got some action yesterday on crude oil with the EIA numbers. This morning we'll get the natural gas numbers at 10:30. So it's 10:18 right now. Let's jump over and pull up this chart first. So here's natural gas. We're looking at the June contract, currently trading at 281. We'll start things off at the 11 a.m.s. Let's just see real quick. So the 11 a.m.s are going to have 280 that we can use as a point for a bullish spread and a bearish spread. And just out of curiosity before we jump around, so the noons are going to have a similar 280, and even, that's what I was thinking. So we'll get to go through each one of the time frames and see how these price out, because they're all going to have very similar price points. So the 11 a.m.s, these give us about 40 minutes until expiration, which would be about 30 minutes after we get the news. This is going to be your bullish spread. You're going to have profit potential from $2.80 up to $3. We have about $12 of intrinsic value here, which being the 12 ticks above $2.80 that the contract is currently trading at.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be costing us $16, which is the 12 intrinsic value plus about 4 ticks of premium. And then on the flip side of that, we're going to have the negative spread going from $2.80 down to $2.60. And that one, because it's out of the money, is going to be all premium, costing us about $7. So you're looking at $23 for the 11 a.m. And then we'll fast forward. So that's our 11s. We'll pull up the noons. And we'll keep these 11s over here to take a look at how they trade. So then the 280 to 3 o'clock noon. Now the only thing being different here is just that you have the extra hour, right? Same exact price, just the extra hour. So instead of 16, the bullish spread's going to cost us 19. And then on the bearish side, instead of about 7, it's going to cost us about 8. So you're looking at $27, which would be 2.7 pennies away from 280 for the noon. And then one more. Let's jump into the dailies. Now these are 50-cent spreads as opposed to the 20 cents we're dealing with 11 a.m.s and noons. 50 cents to the positive side, 280 to 330. This one is now costing us 24 as opposed to the 19. And most of that, I'd say almost all of that, is just for the ability to go till 230.
Right.
But you do have that additional, if for some reason natural gas decided to move more than 20 cents today, you have profit potential all the way up to 330. And then on the flip side, looking at our negative spread, that's now costing us 13, as opposed to the noon was costing us 8. So the 230 would end up costing us 13 plus 24, so about 37 cents.
So that's
$37. Or
that's another 10 cents.
Yeah, or 3.7 pennies. And, you know, it's 2.5 extra hours from noon until 2:30. Versus the 11, we went from 11 for $23. We went for the noon for 27, and then we went for the 2:30 with 50 cents too for 37. And you know, we have about 9 minutes till the news. That's your natural gas contract. We almost touched down at about 8 a.m. to right at 280. And we'll get those EIA numbers in about 8 minutes and see where that shakes out. But some decent trades when you're really talking about, you know, when we list these and we say, just to put things back, you know, the 11 a.m.s being 23, that's 2.3 pennies.
Right. Because
these trade in like 1/10 of a penny ticks. So you need 2.3 pennies away from 280 becomes your break even in either direction. We'll see what happens.
And let's go take a look at that contract, because this contract really moved around a lot yesterday. Let's see what it's doing out here today. So we got 279. Is that the same contract?
No, I don't think it is. I think we're looking at June.
Okay.
We are. We're looking at June on Nadex.
Okay.
So we'll just keep things in context. So they're priced a little bit differently.
Yeah.
However, they do move. They're going to move the same amount probably, but the June contract may be the current one, just looking at that chart.
So that's interesting. So yesterday we had 4 pennies movement. The high out there was 278. The low was 275. I believe this thing was pushing with volume yesterday into the swing point. Well, see, this contract's not, but that's the May contract. Maybe the June one was. Well, the way this contract's laid out, you know, we'll see whether we get 4 pennies, because 4 pennies would give us movements, would give us a profit on any one of those trades.
It would. We're trading at about 281.5 right now in the June contract. So even if we trade to the downside, that would be about break even.
Right.
Because that would push us.
0.37, yeah.
Yeah. You know, these have a little bit of a bullish bias. Now, as time goes, it's taken a little bit back towards 280, just as this bar. But you have about a penny of intrinsic value to the bullish side. So you got a little bit of a head start to the bullish side in terms of profit potential. But pretty much exposure in both directions, and not too bad of a cost, factoring in that we're going to get some numbers in about 7 minutes, and then the market may react, and we'll see if it reacts to the tune of about 2 to 4 pennies to crack it in.
Now, if we go over, let's go into the NDX 100, because I believe today we get Amazon after the close, which will 26. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what also happens, folks, is in this NDX 100. Now, what's going to happen out here today? You'd have to figure out what other equities inside the NDX 100 are coming out at 4 o'clock also. I mean, if you were going to do a volatility trade.
Sure.
Amazon would be one of the biggest ones, that's for sure. But because of the fact that there are so many companies coming out today.
With 69 in the S&P 500 companies, even if Amazon crushes the world, and you have a few others that don't do so well, like Microsoft.
This is cool. Okay, so Microsoft's coming out too.
409.
Yep. And so both of those, if you're doing a volatility trade, or any trade basically on Nadex coming up to the close and you're looking to go bullish or bearish, you have to make sure that the announcement is before 4:15.
Yes, that's when the futures contract goes at. That's when the expirations for the days end at. And, you know, if you get a big number at 401 on Amazon, just be aware that come 409, there's going to be more news hitting the market.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, you can't,
along with others in between, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and if we do take a look at this market, you're going to see, once again, that the Dow's having they're all having a hard time, you know, basically getting a higher price. The thing that's intriguing is that if this was 6 months ago, that would be a higher price because everything was non-volatile. Meaning the S&P is up 8, the Dow up 120, because you were crawling up each and every day. Now all of those have changed. That's the bottom line. Good old King Dollar. Let's go look at King Dollar again, because King Dollar has clawed its way all the way back to positive, a big way too. Look at that. So they haven't whacked gold yet, but good old King Dollar wants to get into ice up here. 91.235. You're at 91.215 right now. You hit 91.275, and then, you know, if it takes this over, if it closes over this, guess what? You're going to be up at 92. And this would be the first counter-trend bounce in almost 3 months outside of the, look at it, still looks pretty bad, but the bottom line is that this is a big deal, because if you break into, looks like we already really broke into it. Well, if I take the 92, yeah, 92, 390 is going to get you in the higher range. You know, then the game is to 95. You know, when you look at this on a longer term basis, yeah, we're still down big from 103. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are going to be coming back with those gas numbers for you. Dow Industrials right now up 136, Nasdaq's up 88, S&Ps are up 9.5. We'll come right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We got a little spike here. EIA says natural gas stockpiles fell 18 BCF.
So the estimate was a decline of about 11 BCFs. We got a decline of 18. That's the reason probably for the initial spike upwards. We spike up to about 283. That bar pulls back to 282, and from there we're bouncing around. But what's interesting is that's kind of where we had the head start, right? Because most of these contracts started at, not most, all of them started at 280. So it was easier to recoup our profits, getting a boost upwards, because we already had some intrinsic value in the positive spreads, the bullish spreads. So right now, even jumping around the 11 a.m.s, here's your 11 a.m. You know, you could sell that one right now for 28. I believe that was costing us 23.
Yeah.
And just to pull back, where are our noons? Well, even, come on.
That's noon.
Yep, there's our noon bullish spread. So that one, we're getting 30. That was going to cost us about 27. So when you get a pop in your direction, that's always nice. When you get a pop either way, right? You're trading volatility, you get a jump. And when you get it in the way that you may have a little bit of intrinsic value on your side, that always helps as well. So yeah, trading right now 283.3. And, you know, most of these, and let's just see where that 230 as well. There's our 230 bullish spread, and that one is pretty close to break even. That was going to cost us 37, and would be able to get back about 36 right
cool.
now.
Yeah.
And, you know, these are pretty affordable price as long as you get some action.
Yes.
And it's not always guaranteed.
Right.
I mean, look at the chart. That's a decent price action when we've just kind of been hanging around. Like you said yesterday, the spread was about 4 pennies. Well, we just got, you know, 2.5 pennies in the span of 8 seconds, right?
And supposedly, I mean, when I talked to Andy Hecht, I'll be talking to him again today, this is one of the first years that normally you wouldn't be withdrawing anything. The season's over.
Okay. The stockpiles will begin to grow
exactly
as we come out of the winter and so forth.
Right. You know, so bottom line is that, you know, we'll see where this is going to go, but that's a big number.
Yeah. So there's your weekly net change, and they were looking for about a decline of 11, and they break it down completely, and it looks like the Midwest is where they're taking it all.
Our man Jim from Minneapolis, he was calling it was 0 degrees, right? It was snowing.
Totally.
Right? That's, yeah.
Because you do see, even in the Pacific, there was an add to the stockpiles.
Yeah.
In the mountain region as well, the East was almost break even, but the Midwest,
Big
they're
number.
using up that natural gas.
Yeah.
So we'll check back in, see how it does.
Pretty wild. The let's go back into the market for a second. So you get the Dow up 160, Nasdaq up by 98, S&Ps are up 12. We go look at the composite. Take a look at this composite out here. Yeah, you're getting a little bid, so we'll see what kind of action we can get going. Gold Corp come out with its numbers last night. Now, it's interesting because Gold Corp opened at 1370, goes down to 1331, rejects the price. And let's go through the numbers, because I saw the top line saying that they missed the numbers. Well, let's see exactly what they're saying. So gold production was 590,000 ounces.
Earnings of 8 cents a share versus 10 is probably where they say the miss.
Let's see. Program to implement 250 million of sustainable annual efficiencies by the middle of 18 is on track, with 250 achieved, 210 million achieved as of the end of the first quarter. You need more news than this.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gold production. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for their cash cost versus their all-in cost. Let's see, maybe that one.
Nope. No, that's a click away. Just go back, yeah. Or okay. I think you want to page down. Maybe.
Okay. Production. Let's try results.
There we go.
Okay, so net earnings was 67 million, 8 cents a share. They were looking for, look at that, for the first quarter of 2017. They made a lot more money last year, 170 million.
Something else going on, because gold wasn't much farther away from where it is right now.
It wasn't. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for here. So you get gold production, 590,000 ounces, all-in cost, sustainable cost, $8.10 an ounce. That's still good. That's not bad compared to 655,000 for the first quarter. That's
So they basically took out 65,000 extra ounces last year. That would account for a big
money.
Yeah.
So 810 all in, and all in, folks, specifically means that you get the gold out of the ground, you get the gold to the mill, you sell the gold, and then you fix the mine. They put so much money aside for the life of the mine, and most of these mines can be 10, 15, 20 years, so that then they can repair the mine and put the dirt back.
Yeah, cap it, do all
that,
right.
Yeah. Let's go to Jason in Florida. Hey, Jason, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, Tom and Tommy. How you guys doing today?
Doing great, man. Yourself?
Fantastic. Beautiful day.
Yeah, it is, man. It's insane out. It's beautiful out.
That's what living in Florida is about, right?
Yes.
Just had a quick question for an initial position entry on the XLE, if it's not too far extended, and a possible stop with that. Get your opinion?
Yeah, let's take a look at it. So the XLE, you know, this had a hard time getting off the lows. That being said, it came off the lows nice. It pushed on Monday, and yeah, I can make the case that it's a complex ABC up. It took the B point out, which was $74.22, 17 million shares versus 22 million. Pulls back under it yesterday, light volume, pushing up into it today. I mean, this here, you could, you know, bottom line, you could really initiate this position right here and don't give it anything, man. Like, you could put a stop a couple points lower. You know, because if you get an ABC up, your price projection is going to be up there at 78 bucks. Let's see, 60, I'm going to ballpark at the 65. So it's like a 9.8 to B, which gets you actually, what, 81. And the top power is 78. So it's not a bad setup. If we go to ExxonMobil, Exxon and Chevron are the largest weighting structures, Jason. And, you know, these have also, you know, had a hard time getting off. But guess what? They got off the lows. And they're going to come into some vicious downdrafts. You know, that being said, these oils love doing large consolidations. And, you know, here's Chevron. Chevron is, you know, off that low of 108. You're at 123. You get a high out there of 133. You know, so I think the challenge is going to be, I like that setup for how it stands. I don't like the setup because of this market. This market is having a hard time holding price. You know, it's about,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, yeah. That's where this always gets dangerous. You know, but guess what? They do oils themselves, and the oil contract, bottom line, looks like it's going to go higher too. You know, I mean, you know, we bring oil up, it doesn't look like it wants to back off, which is pretty amazing. I mean, but guess what? We're at 68 bucks. You know, if I put this on a continuous contract, what you're going to see, pull this back a bit, and there's not much, you know, between here and how we came down in 2014. So this thing can run, man.
Nothing and tight stop and some good upside. Thank you, Tom.
There you go. Thanks for the call, man. Hope everything's great. Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow right now is up 183, Nasdaq's up 98, S&Ps are up 13, and some of these, well, here, let's go, first we'll go to the good. Look at that move. So,
what a number, $75.
Yep. This is the Chipotle, the Mexican restaurant.
Mexican grill, sure.
Big number. Now, this is an equity that has got basically smoked. It's down from 750. That being said, let's see what they have to say, because they got a new CEO. This is the whole food crisis, basically.
Yeah, I've been dealing with it for a while.
So let's see. This came out last night. So they said deliveries increasing at a rapid pace. One more.
Maybe it was, yeah. So the estimate I'm seeing. So earnings 213 versus 157.
Yeah.
Revenue seems to be in line. We'll find that number.
Big numbers, though. There we go. So revenue increased 7.4% to 1.1 billion. Who knows what they were thinking, though. Margin increased to 19.5% from 17.7%. Net income was 59.4 million, an increase of 46 million. Man,
from 46.1.
Yeah.
Yep.
They opened 35 new restaurants, closed 2. Hey, we'll see if they get their mojo back.
Yeah.
Boy, it takes a while to get that trust going with...
Talk about food, right?
Oh, my God.
People
seriously.
need to make sure they're not eating stuff that makes them sick.
Right. So, yeah, look at this. Okay, so they did the same, 1.1 billion. That's what they did last year.
Yeah.
Now, inside, check this out. This is, I'm sure we probably must use some of these brands, but I'm not sure what this is. Spectrum Brands. Let's see. So, this is a global diversified consumer product company that supplies consumer batteries, residential locks, residential builders hardware, faucets.
Yeah, lock sets.
They're having a problem.
Grooming products, personal care, appliances, pet supplies, lawn and garden. They got it all, it seems like. They're almost a $4 billion company, and that's even after they're tanking today.
And look at this. So 3 months ago, they were 126. Yesterday, they were at 93. They opened down today at 76. They're trading 65. This is like, holy cow. You talk about a move lower. And you want to see something there? This is sick when this happens, too. So you pitch it. This has been going up, like you had some volume. Let's see, July of 2014. That's on a monthly, but realistically, it's all the way down here at 30 bucks. You make a high. The first high you make has 6.8 million, September of 2016. Then you come off the high with 12. You make a new high with 6. You come off the high with 12. It's amazing how long it takes to make highs in the marketplace. But when you see that, 2 separate highs, half the volume of the downdraft, and then it just starts, man. And when it starts, it just is relentless. And you can see someone knew something February of this year, right? Yeah. 118 to 98. Now it breaks down everything.
The only thing I was going to say is that, I mean, that's the month where the market completely fell apart.
Right.
So that's, I mean, that's where
February.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's probably factoring in where it was just a market-wide acceleration completely across the board.
Yeah. And now you got a monster ABC down. Let's see. So that's 146. Yeah, you get $48. Well, we're there.
We're already past that, right?
We're there. Pretty wild.
Yeah.
And so you got $1.80. Let's go see how Amazon's doing out here. That's going to be pretty wild this afternoon, man.
Right at 1,500. On those
and
numbers.
So the option market's saying 6.9% move.
Can we try and find that news article? Maybe that was a cool article. When,
that is going to be a big number.
There we go.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, so they got the options are implying a smaller than average move of 6.9% in the shares versus a historical mean of 8.4% ahead of the first quarter earnings schedule for the post-market.
A 6% move is going to be $100 though.
Yeah, and really it's 7, call it, right? You know what I mean? You know, but right, it's pretty remarkable in terms of $15 is going to be 1%. So yeah, 7 is going to be, you know, just over $100 they're factoring in. But guess what? It's up 40 already, and that's ahead of the newest. So $100 isn't too dramatic when you might get a make or break number.
Right.
Yeah, total call open interest plus 7% since March 26th. Put open interest up a little bit more, up 8% since March 26th. April implied volatility of 129 versus 100-day historical of 30.
Yeah,
which they got earnings coming. I mean, that's sure. It's going to be above the historical. So yeah, pretty interesting.
Let's go see what Microsoft is saying. See if we can. Microsoft right now. Let's see. Yeah, there's not one right there. I guess.
And what's interesting is, you know, Amazon. Everybody loves Amazon. They have more incentive to be putting articles out about Amazon just because the public loves to speculate and talk about how many packages they're going to be delivering in people's trunks very soon. All of the above.
Let's go take a look at the small caps out here, the IWM. So this IWM. What's intriguing about the IWM, folks, is that on down days, it's not getting smoked as much as the other indices. Yet on up days, it's really not doing that well, but it's been creeping up for a long period of time. You know, like you can see, you know, we just went from 158. That was the high of last week. You get down to 152 yesterday. Volume's light compared to with going into. It was going into 35 million. You get 24. But it doesn't seem to get much action on the way up either. So, and inside that space there, with that, has a lot of the commodity equities. It has a lot of the oil commodity equities, and that's what's been pushing that thing around. I mean, because it's had, you know, when we're talking about 2,000 stocks, that's a lot of stocks. So they're very small weighting structures that are inside there.
Sure.
We get it over. Let's go overseas. Well, here actually, I want to go overseas because I wanted last night the Nikkei. Let me just look at this Nikkei. So the Nikkei went up 104. That's because the yen's so weak. Shanghai, I believe, went down last night. Yeah, Shanghai was down 1.3 to 2%. Look at that. Every sector was down too.
Yeah, I mean, if we had the Dow down 400 points, it'd be tough to find a sector.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
And look at this. You know, you're talking about major lows here.
Definitely. And that's the February 9th. To put things in context, that's when we were kind of flirting with those last 3 days of that index. Was when the kind of whole world was pulling back.
Yes. That's a mess. So, I mean, this thing is going to be interesting. We're at 3,000, 2638. It's like the lower end of that range. You know, we're going for that. It's like, okay, you know, that's a heads up to our markets. We'll see the DAX is following along. Not really. DAX is up 66, but the DAX is also still in the lower range. you know, on that downdraft.
Sure.
And it seems like the whole market in general, that's what we have happening. That downdraft was so severe. Each time it comes up to it, people are just saying, let me out. Let me get some money out of this. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Get the Dow right now up 196. Nasdaq's up 95. S&P's are up 13. We'll come right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A share bull and bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 223. Nasdaq's up 102. S&P's are up 15. We're getting a little traction here. Let's go over to the natural gas market. Take a look at where we are right now. Yeah, so look at that baby.
A little bit of an acceleration to the upside. What's interesting is that we spiked right up to almost this level, though, right after the news, right? And it's been oscillating a little bit, but approaching 284 now. And as those numbers continue to climb, so we looked at the 11 a.m.s. Those, of course, would be expiring in 5 minutes from right now.
Yeah.
These are the 230s we have up, but I like looking at the noons in particular because those, that's your 11 a.m. So again, the 11 a.m. trading pretty much what we're at. That would have gotten you about $36. That was going to cost us $23.
Right.
And you know, you could just let it ride out until expiration right now if you wanted to for the next 5 minutes, or you could close it out right now if you wanted to. And then I'm trying, where are our noons? That's the bearish one. Let me just pull them up because I want to see where the noons are trading at as well right now. So natural gas, the noon expirations, the bullish spread would be the one with most of the value right now. And so that one we're looking at about $37. Yeah, and that was going to cost us $27, right? So, I mean, when you get a decent price action in the direction that you already have intrinsic value. 280, there's 280 on the graph, the chart. That's where we're going to have profit potential away from. So we had a head start to the positive side. That's the move that we got, which is nice. And so, yeah, any of those trades would have turned out to be a nice trade today. And we'll see where they shake out, though. I say that right now.
Yeah.
You still have till noon. You know, if you want to close that out, you can close that out, lock in your profit, and then you would still have the bearish spread below 280 for anything, you know, and the likelihood of that, maybe not too likely, but guess what? You lock in a profit, depending on your market reaction. Maybe you don't think it's going to go too much higher. You're saying it'll lock it in, and maybe it pulls back.
And we have had, in the energy market in general, we've had good volatility.
Multiple reversals, for sure.
Stay right there, folks. We got swim lessons coming up next, and then, of course, we got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back, as well as our man, Mr. Andy Heck. Dow up 237, Nasdaq up 107, S&P's up 18. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.